Hello and welcome back. In today's video we are going to take a closer look at the difference between these two guitars. Here I have my Harley Benton Strat 20. I mean, it's supposed to be an ST, but you know, it's a Strat. You can clearly see that it is. And over here I have the kit guitar Stratocaster kit that I recently built. So if you're interested in seeing how I built this, then I have made a series where I go through all the steps and make it. Now, this is not going to be so much about the sound, it's going to be more about the details of, like, you buy the guitar or if you buy the kit, are there any difference in what you get? Now, I know that if you look at this guitar you might think it looks a little bit different. I'm going to show you pictures of what it looks like on Thoman's website because I don't want you to get confused and think that this is a model you can't find. The thing is that I'm modding this guitar and I'm changing some things out and I'm, rebuilding it and having fun, making it my own, basically. And so you can't really get this guitar that I'm holding here without doing some of those things. And if you're interested in what I'm doing with this guitar, leave a comment below and I'll make a video about it because I think some of the things are fun. Now, I haven't changed that many of the actual parts out on this guitar yet, so we can still look at them and have some sort of comparison. Obviously, you don't get a golden scratch plate, you get a plastic scratch, just like this has. Obviously, this is a left-handed one as well, but that shouldn't matter that much. There is a bit of price difference. First off, the body. We'll start with the body. The roundover is different. I doubt that I will be able to really show you that, but if you know your Stratocasters, that you will know what kind of roundover a guitar should have. Obviously, it's a question of how nerdy you are about it, but this kit has a roundover that I would say are closer to what a Telecaster body would have as a roundover, not really, a little bit more, while this one is a little bit closer to a actual Strat body. The saddles that you get on the bridge are basically the same, but the plates are actually not really the same. The one that you get on the actual guitar and not on the kit seems to be a little bit thicker. It's not much thicker, but I can actually feel a little bit of difference because I feel like guitar kit has a plate that is made of some sort of softer material. Not by much, but a little bit. The screws that holds the trem down are also a little bit different. I feel like you're getting a little harder screws on the real guitar than on the kit. If we look at the claw on the back, we can see that it looks a little bit different than the claw on the actual guitar when you buy it. The strap buttons are a little bit different, and especially they are different in size. The kit ones are bigger and it feels like they're made of cheaper material, but I like the way they look better. So I don't know if you can see the difference between them, but there is, when you look at them side by side like this, there is really a big difference. The back plate holding the neck in place and the screws, I believe, are the same. Can't really say that there's anything different there. The tuners, even though I've changed them out on this one, are same kind of tuners. I don't think there's any real difference there. There is a difference in the string trees that they look like they are the same when you look really close, but the ones you get on the kit are a little bit more undefined and a little bit thinner, and they just feel like they're a less quality. But I don't know how much that would matter. I think the pickups and the control knobs and the covers and the knobs for the selector switch, I think they're all the same. I have the color of the gold is a little bit different. I feel like the kit has a more standard, basic beginner guitar gold, while the actual guitar, or whatever you want to call it, has a more greenish gold. It looks a little bit more like, a little bit closer at least, to higher end guitars. But the knobs feel about the same. If there is a difference, it's so small that I can't really tell, and they look the same otherwise. The jack in is nicer. I hope you can see. I'll show you. You get a nicer jack on this guitar than you get on the kit. And the way I see that is because I can see that it's clearer, it's more mirror-like finished. It doesn't have some of the effects of metal being pushed and bent. And it also, I can see by looking at it that it's not much, not at all, but it's a little bit thicker as well. So It could be that they are just made same time, all of them, and they, you know, put them into 2 piles. The nicer ones goes into a guitar, and the ones that are a little bit, you know, less than perfect, they go into the kits. Doesn't mean anything necessarily, or at least I don't know if it does, but here it is. This is what I see. Also, you might have different... I only have one of these guitars and I only have one of these kits, and so it might be the other way around if you were to do this comparison. I don't know. The only thing that I feel is a really big difference, like out of the box, like you really notice the difference immediately, is the trem. There is the trem bar, and there is the trem bar. And at first glance, they look a lot... They basically look like they are the same, but there are some key differences, and if you look at them, you can clearly see they are not the same. They might be made in similar molds to look the same, but this one has weird holes. So you have holes where the springs are going in, but you also have tiny little holes on the upper side, which, if you've seen my other videos of this, you will know that I thought that was weird. They also just feel like it's lighter and it's made of less quality material. The shape is also a little bit different. I don't know if you can see, but it doesn't have 5 holes for springs. It has 2 dents in the middle ones for the springs that are not drilled, while this one has the holes and it's drilled. Now, I felt immediately when I played these guitars that the trem was the weakest part of the guitar and the first thing that I would want to switch out. I haven't done it on this because I've blocked it off, and I'm not gonna, because of the mods, most likely ever unblock it. Yeah, all in all, they're very similar, but there are just some things that are a little bit different. The biggest difference, except for the trem, is the neck profile. You get something that is a little bit more classic, feels maybe a little bit more like a Telecaster neck. It's fatter, it's bigger with the kit. Now you can obviously, if you've seen my videos, you can obviously reshape it, but with this, you get something that is a little bit more thinner, more modern, a little bit more thin, and feels a little bit more like a Strat. I would say that it's like a thin C shape, if you want some sort of name to it. I always feel like that doesn't really matter. It's more about how it feels to you than a name. But yeah, like a thick D maybe, and a thin C, or something like that. Obviously, this guitar comes with maple fretboard, and this one comes with Purple Heart. I wish they would have a kit all maple, because that would be cool. And I also wish that they would have left-handed kits, because that would be even cooler. All in all, I would say that get a nicer guitar if you buy the guitar than if you buy the kit. But if you want to, you know, build your own guitar, you could buy the kit and switch out the parts anyway and have fun. So it doesn't really matter if that's where you want to go. But if you want to keep all the parts that you get, because you're not really, you know, interested in switching all the parts out, you could also buy the actual guitar and repaint it. It's not super difficult. I've made videos on taking the lacquer off and putting on new lacquer and things like that. So, you know, you could buy this guitar and have it as your own kit, just already assembled, and then you just, you know, take it apart. So it sort of depends on what you want to do. I feel like this, you get nicer things, it's a little bit more expensive. With this, you get something that you can build yourself and, you know, start out from. And if you have everything you need, maybe go with the kit and just, you know, just save the wood parts, you know, the body and the neck, and have fun. I don't know if this helped in any way. I hope it did. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions about the guitars, either, you know, any parts that you want to hear more about. The electronics are the same. I've obviously done mods to both these guitars, so I can't really go into more details, but you don't get anything different. It's the standard beginner guitar, you know, around €100 mark guitar price, you know. Yeah, the pots and the pickups and the switches, all the same. Anyway, if any of this helped and you feel like I've earned a like, please give me one. And if you wanna support the channel by subscribing, I would appreciate it. You don't have to if you don't want it, but I would like you to do so. It made me happy. Also, don't forget to stay awesome and cool, and go and play guitar, because sometimes we've been in the, you know, workshop building guitars for too long, and we need to take a break and just play guitar and, you know, have fun. So that's all for now. Bye bye.